Luke, many congratulations. A 4-0 whitewash win over Josh Rock. How would you assess that as a whole?
Yeah, I think, I felt there was more to give. I think you see in my performance there was so many missed opportunities to play better, but when you win 4-0, you can't be too hard on yourself. You've done what you need to do, and I felt for Josh Day, missed a few crucial doubles to win certain legs. I think it could have been a lot closer. I think 4-0 was a little bit, not so fair. But yeah, I think I'm clinical under pressure sometimes. I think that's what took me through it. Then crucial double in the second set to win to go 2-0 up. Yeah, I think I was just a little bit clinical, but not my best. But I know there's another level in me that I can bring out when it's needed.
Did set one set the tone for the match, where you broke at a key moment and then just rode off into the sunset?
Yeah, I mean, it did feel comfortable in the end, but when you're up there, you're not feeling comfortable. When you're not playing at your absolute best, it doesn't feel as comfortable as it is. So for me, even though I was 3-0 up, I'm thinking I need to pull something out here to make sure I don't let the game slip away. So yeah, if you're averaging 105 and you feel like you're averaging 105 and 3-0 up, you probably don't feel like you're going to lose the game. But because I wasn't playing at my absolute best, when you're 3-0, it's not game over. So it was nice to get over the line in the end. But I think Josh let me off in a couple of sets. So yeah, I think 4-0 was a little bit flattering.
It could be a busy and long day tomorrow. Just playing in the afternoon maybe do you a favour so you can get back to the hotel and get rested for what could be a big day?
It all depends. I love sleep, so it can be a hindrance to someone like me. If I get through the first game, like the European Tour, yeah, it's great because I can go back and sleep and recuperate and then I'm at my best. So it all matters. For me, if I want to win this title, it all matters to me. If I get through tomorrow, then oh wait, it's fine. Yeah, so if I get through that first game tomorrow, then I'm dangerous. But it's always a tough game being up really early and stuff. But it's just an added bonus for me in the afternoon. I get a lot of time to recoup and prepare for tomorrow.
Luke, congratulations.
Congrats on the win today. 8 out of 9 on the doubles.
Was it?
Really impressive stuff on that one. Even if the score maybe wasn't the tip-top best.
Usually that would be a good 100 average, wouldn't it, if you're 8 out of 9 on the doubles, but I think that shows that my scoring wasn't there. It was on Thursday. Tonight it wasn't there, even though it felt a lot better today. It felt like I could have performed, and sometimes it is frustrating when you feel like you could have performed at a high level and you don't, but when you win, that's all that matters. So for me, like I said to a lot of people on Thursday, I'm not here to set out markers in massive averages, I just want to win. So win ugly, win great, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm into tomorrow, that's probably the most dangerous.
Josh obviously just performed his best today. How good do you think he can be, and do you think he's going to be? Can this be a season where he really challenges him?
Josh is one of the most loveliest guys on tour, and I think I really get on well with him. And I always say this, I get along with so many people, but I do. I get along with Josh. He's a really nice kid, and he's got so much potential. So these new darts that he's changed to, they might make him a better player. We were chatting before, we're always searching for something that can make you better, and I'm doing that myself. I feel like I'm at a good standard, but I feel like something out there that can make me even better than I am now. So yeah, you're always searching, and Josh has been searching. I think he might have found the form that he feels confident. So yeah, I think he's got a great potential. I can't see in 10 years' time that he's not one of these 5 majors and maybe a world. So he's got it in him. I'm sure he'll find it. He's not found it on the stage yet, but he will do. I'm sure of that.
What in particular are you searching for to like your game, find those extra?
I'm searching for something better. I'm really happy with my performances over the last 18 months. I've been really good, but if you're going to keep up, you've got to get better. And I want to get to a better standard. And there's no player in the backstage that works harder than me. I'm the only player here yesterday, as you all could see, was practicing because I want to be, performing at the highest level. I want to challenge Luke and Michael and Gezi and stuff. I don't want to phase out. I don't want it to be a great 18 months and to aspire to something great. So, I'm working incredibly hard, and that's all I care about. If it doesn't work out for me, then so be it. Right? All I can tell myself is I'm working hard from the ability I've got, and just trying to find something that can make me even better and challenge everybody. Make sure that I'm the best I can physically be, and hopefully over the next 5 years I can win many tournaments and provide some great games for the fans and you guys that stand here right now.
Luke, Damon Hector for you in the quarterfinals tomorrow. He was involved in a real thriller against Gezi earlier on. Thoughts on facing Damon?
Yeah, I've got a great winning record against him. I don't think I've lost him on TV before, but Damon's a fantastic player. He's a very gritty, determined player, and he's built out some great foundations over the last 5 years to get himself to this moment. And, you know, he's a top guy. So yeah, for me, I get on well with him. It's going to be a really tough game against him. And is it first to four? Yeah, so that's still slightly short format. So you got to be on the ball against him. If I let him in, then it will take a mile from me. So I'm going to have to make sure my scoring's going to have to be even better than it was today.
You said you know there's more levels. Do you feel there's a lot more to come from you tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the last maybe month I've not scored very great, to be honest. Even though I've gone up on the stage, felt like I could have scored great. So yeah, if you go up on the stage and you don't feel like you can score great, then there's a worry. But for me, it's, you know, I'm up there and I feel like I could be scoring amazing and I'm not. So yeah, that can all change the split of an eye. So for me, I'm not worried. Scoring was great on Thursday. It wasn't great today, but finishing was great today. If I match him up, then that's what I need.
Just tell us what it would mean if you could become the first name on this new trophy.
It'd be amazing, you know. This is obviously, I said this was one of the goals. I wanted to win this in the Premier League, you know, to set a good rule for myself, winning one of either. So yeah, this will be really lovely. Obviously, Red Dragon and Windmill are kind of joined, so it's my sponsor as well. So of course, they'd be really pleased. So yeah, for me, you always want to win the first association of any tournament, and this is really cutthroat. So if you win this, you've really worked hard. And you know, for me, if I can continue to play in the way I am, but even better, I stand a good chance. There's so many players that want to win it as well.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look, over the last couple of years, you've had this wonderful high standard, but obviously you then found that extra explosive element to your game, which won you all the majors and right until the end of last year. Do you sense when that can come back? Do you feel it in yourself where you were a couple of years ago, knowing I've got that extra level? You've spoken about it a lot, but can you feel it coming almost?
Yeah, I think the other thing I've noticed is I've got a really decent B game. You know, I think that's what I've learned. Usually my B game was my A game 3 years ago. That performance there would have been a really good performance, whereas now it isn't because of what I've achieved. So yeah, I think I've learned a lot over the last 2 to 3 years, not just over the last 18 months. I've learned a lot over the last 3 years, and you know, I'm just working hard. I am, you know, like I said, you all see me here practicing this day because I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. And you know, I do believe there's a better version of me somewhere in there. Whether it comes out or not, no one knows, do they? But I just want to be at the best version I can and challenging the best and be at the back end of the tournaments. And, you know, I do believe that there's another level in me that can get even better. So that's why I'm searching for something.
And just finally for me, obviously alluded to it just a second ago about getting on with everybody. Do you think it's too nice, everyone in the game? There's lots of fist pumping and back slapping going on. Do you think that's a good thing for the game or a bad thing?
Yeah, but I think the difference is we're playing darts. You know, we're not playing contact sport, are we? If you're playing football or rugby or boxing, you know, you can't be doing that type of thing. But we've just got, you know, it's darts, isn't it? So you can, I think that a lot of people get on. The reason for that is because we spend a lot of our time in each other's pockets. You know, I must see like, well, maybe rather so, more than I do my family. You know, and that's why we get along so well, because we're with each other all the time. And I think that's why it's hard to. You don't want to be in an environment where you're around people that you don't get along with, because it's a lonely place. So I just think that's why everyone gets along. And when you're up on the stage, it's a different environment. You're not on a football pitch, you're not on a boxing ring. You know, I think you just respect good darts. But sometimes, you know, you can be a bit too respectful, but kind of can't tell that until after the game's done. But yeah, we all just get along really well, and I think that's the reason that's it.
Earlier you spoke about Josh and what you'd expect him to do in the game. You're not even 30, but do you feel like you're one of the most senior players now in the practice room with what you've won and how long you've been playing at this level?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like senior on my age, I just feel like senior on the achievements. You know, when you've won so much, I feel like you have a little bit more experience than most players. So for like Josh, he's not experienced yet, you know, he's not made so many major finals or anything like that. You have to learn from that. So I think, like for me, I think I've played in like 10, 11 or 12 major finals, and you learn from them situations. So I think once he gets in their major finals, he will learn from them, and if he wins them or loses them, he will learn a lot. So yeah, I think I do feel a little bit one of them people now that feels like he's been around for a long time. I think it's my like 7th or 8th season. So it's it's crazy for me. So yeah, I'm hoping that I keep progressing. I think the word for Josh, you know, I think he will come good, and he will make a lot of big waves in PTC darts over the next 5 years.
If someone came to you for advice, would you be happy to give that, or would you be thinking, well, actually, I need to beat this guy, and he might be even better than me if I start helping these guys out?
Depends who it is, doesn't it? If Michael comes to me with advice, I'll be like, no, you can step aside. He's got great advice, but yeah, I'm always happy to help anybody I can. I think Peter Wright's been one of them people that's helped me over the years. You know, he's come over and given me advice many times, so of course he's not been too shy with it. And yeah, of course, if someone, you know, wanted a little bit of what do I do here, what do I do, I'd give him advice. It comes back to bite you in the arse, and then so be it. But you have to be careful. You don't want to give anybody too much because you want to win as much as I can. But yeah, people like Josh, I definitely would give advice to if he asked for it.
Thanks for your time.
Does it somewhat make it even more mentally challenging though when you are on the stage, you've got thousands and thousands of pounds to play for, and you're up against one of your best mates away from the opera, not just in the sport, you know?
Honestly, when you, like, I mean, Ryan and Stephen are my best friends, and I say that if I'm on stage against them, I couldn't care, I want to beat them, and they would not feel the difference from me. You know, it's dog eat dog on that stage. You want to be the best, and you want to beat the best, and you want to be the best. You want to be world number one, world champion, world this, world that. So, you know, when you're on the stage, there is no friends, but when you're off it or before it, you know, you're friends, and that's it, that's the difference.
Does it somewhat make it a bit easier? I know, like, I cast my mind back to like when you're a kid, you're playing your Xbox with your pals, you always want to beat your pals more than anyone else. Is that
yeah,
kind of
maybe
what you get,
subconsciously that might be a good thing. I've never really thought about it too much, but I think maybe subconsciously you always want to get one over on your mates, so maybe. But I've not really thought into that too much, so you could be right. But yeah, I mean, whoever beats you, if it's a friend, you kind of, when you lose, you're happy that it's them and not someone else. No disrespect to them, but yeah, I think maybe sometimes you don't want your friend to beat you, so you might be right.